choked on berries.
Looks like someone was doing somersaults down that slide.
I guess that's just how some kids roll.
Any witnesses?
Do you want to run us through what happened here?
Ever wondered what it would be like to be the host of a kid's birthday party? Or take a group of young'uns for a trip to the beach? But then have you also been filled with that crippling fear of having a child get hit by a car, or ravaged by seagulls, or crushed under a pile of cans? Well, then Think of the Children has you covered. Think of the Children as a cooperative parenting simulator, or at least that's how it's being pitched. The game has you frantically try to manage hyperactive children who are doing everything possible to put themselves in immediate danger no matter what you do. It's the kind of chaotic multiplayer experience that 2016 sleeper hit Overcooked prides itself on, except I really struggled to have any fun with Think of the Children. Granted, Think of the Children is only currently in beta, and in that beta only 3 levels are currently playable: a backyard birthday party, a beach trip, and a supermarket. The first 2 challenges you to last through a timer with as many kids alive as possible, with extra points for completing objectives like setting some tables or protecting grandpa from severe sunburn, cause an old man isn't capable of looking after himself. I totally get that the game's pitch is novel. Try to be the best parent with as few dead kids as possible. But it's the nonchalant way the game will casually have kids be abducted off the yard, or drowned in a pool, or killed by a jellyfish that really irks me. The gameplay is so tedious because no matter what you try to do, you never have control of the situation, which is made worse if you try to play the game solo. I enjoy inappropriate and even borderline offensive humour as much as the next person. But with this game just being chaotic for the sake of it doesn't really make it an enjoyable experience. I found myself just getting frustrated at how much you have to do at any one time, and all of it pretty much being for nothing. Save that one kid from eating the poisonous berries? Okay, but there are about 2 more just literally about to do the same thing, while another kid at the sandpit is about to be taken by a dog. All while the barbecue is on fire and one kid just died on the swing set. The direct comparison I have to make here of an example of a chaotic cooperative multiplayer game is the aforementioned Overcooked, which knew how to pace its challenges really well. It also had strategic elements in each level, where each player could assign themselves different roles to make food orders efficiently. And Think of the Children, all of that gets thrown out the window in a total ADD rush. It also doesn't really give much respect to its subject matter: children. The children you're trying to save pretty much become the enemy, and after so many attempts at trying to stop Ava from eating food off the shelf of a store, she'll immediately beeline straight for the freezer and trap herself in. You, Ava. And with these kids doing their best at killing themselves, there's no way to really keep any of them safe, which makes the objectives practically meaningless, ultimately undermining the gameplay in general. Whereas in Overcooked, your objectives are always achievable, and with some skill you can overcome unlucky gameplay hurdles like moving kitchen trucks or mobile haunted kitchen stations. The game actively works against you, but you know what you need to do to best it. In Think of the Children, you're forced to accept the fact that no matter what you do, you're likely to finish the level with at least a couple of dead kids. And it's a shame because on the surface the game actually looks really good and plays really smoothly. I didn't come across any significant bugs or glitches, which is pretty good for a beta. But most of its problems come from its pointless objectives in Demon Children. I get that Think of the Children is trying to be edgy and tap into that South Park brand of child violence humour, but with no real message or sense of achievement, the whole idea of the game falls over itself. What I would like to see in the game is some sort of grace period where a kid you're handling will at least behave themselves for even a little bit. Like in the birthday party level, you could perhaps plump a couple of them down at one of the tables you've just set, actually putting the tables to some use. Or perhaps using your shout ability to have kids nearby follow you for 10 seconds so you have at least a moment to get a hold of the situation and complete objectives. I can see Think of the Children being one of those novelty party games that people will gather around, laugh and comment on how messed up it is, then play it for 5 minutes and move along. Hopefully the full version will have some different hooks and have stronger legs to stand on, but judging by what's available in this beta, it's hard to think much of Think of the Children.
It sounds like natural causes to me.
And that's about it for this edition of Player Attack. Thanks for watching. Next week, we're welcoming the Last Man Standing controversy as we spend some time with both PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and the new Battle Royale gameplay mode for Fortnite. In the meantime, you can catch us at playerattack.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. And if you've got something you want to say, send us an email, mailbox@playerattack.com, or just hop on our forums. Also, if you want to support Player Attack, you can find us on Patreon and help us bring you the latest in gaming news, plus all these wonderful interviews and reviews from the world of video games. Till next week, I'm Jessica Citizen, and this is Player Attack.